And we're on. Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. What a joy it is to be with you tonight. What a joy it is to bring music to you each and every Saturday night. I enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. I'm glad that you tune in. We have so much fun here at Grandma's Attic. We love bringing you the music we bring you. Tonight's musician, tonight's entertainer is none other than Tom the Suit Forst. You've seen him before here. He's got a brand new album to talk to you about. It's fabulous, and I hope that he entertains you as much as he has entertained us. Welcome into your living room, Tom the Suit.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm going to do a few songs here acoustic. My album is mainly electric, but this will give you some idea anyway. This first song is called Same Old Song, and I guess you would say it's about boredom in the bedroom. Not that I've ever experienced it, but I read a lot, so here it is anyway.
Crazy. You say I'm taking too long, but hey baby, think that you're lazy. Every time I come it seems that you're gone. Can't keep on keeping on, singing that same old song. No, baby. You're stuck in that same old position. I can't seem to change your mind. Your women's intuition. You think you see, but I know that you're blind. Can't keep on keeping up, singing that same old song. Oh no, baby. Keep on keeping up, singing that same old song. Oh no, baby. Just come with me, baby. Don't try to change me. Let let me be a man. Just come with me, baby. Don't try to arrange me. Let me be a man. Can't keep on keeping on, singing that same old song. Hey, baby, driving me crazy. You say I'm taking way too long. But hey, baby, think that you're crazy. Every time I come, it seems that you go. Can't keep on keeping up, singing that same old song. Yeah, I can't keep on keeping on, singing that same old song. I can't keep on keeping on, can't keep on keeping on, singing that same old song.
Same old song. Thank you.
Nice.
I'm going to switch guitars here. By the way, I just want to remind you that's not about my wife, okay? I've been married happily for 22 years. Unfortunately, I've been married for 41 years, but don't tell anybody. Had to say it, I had to say it.
Had to say it.
This is an old dobro, and this is something you might have seen maybe 100 years ago or so. This one's made out of metal. And something you may have seen down in New Orleans. And I'm going to do a song that kind of gives you that Cajun feel. This was written by myself and a very good friend of mine and my lyricist, Gary Yule, who unfortunately passed away this year. But he did an incredible job on this song, and he'd be thrilled that I'm doing this on TV.
I was walking through the woods, trying to find some destination. On my trails and winding road, when I heard a distant strumming, or was that my imagination? Then I saw a man in a back road. He was a man of the mountain, straggly hair and dirty beard, knowing look in his one eye. He said, "Boy, you sure look lost. Why not sit a spell with me?" And then he told me all about my life. He said, "You're going home, going home someday. You're going back where you come from. You're going home the same way. You're going back where you come from." He said, "I've sold all that I own, and I lived up into these hills. Now I live from day to day. You can lose your very soul while gathering up your gold. Still gonna end up in the same way. He said, you're going home, going home someday. You're going back where you come from. You're going home the same way. You're going back where you come from. You can do all that you love, trying to climb that magic mountain. Lose everything, trying to find that magic fountain. This is not the truth. You're going home someday. You're going back where you come from. You're going home the same way. You're going back where you belong. You're going home. You're going home.
Thank you so much. And that's definitely dedicated to Gary Ewell, my friend and lyricist. So, next song, I'm going to stay with this dobro. This is a song about playing the guitar slow. Everybody out there plays fast. I play fast, everybody plays fast. But the real kings out there of guitar playing played slow. And you decide who the king is, but this song is called Play Like the King.
I've seen some guitar players down in Bourbon Street. They're blazing fast, really knock me off my feet. I've seen some guitar slayers in Memphis, Tennessee. Blaze hard with a bottle, fast as thick as I've ever seen. They play fast, blowing down the door, up and down that neck, to the crowd cries out for more. Playing fast ain't everything. If you can't play slow, lay it down like the king. When I'm up on stage, I'm laying it down pretty good. I play fast and loud, like they think I should. Sometimes I remember the song is the king. I play it slow, and I bend the strings. May play fast, blowing down the door, going up and down that neck, till the crowd cries out for more. Playing fast ain't everything. If you can't play slow, lay it down like the king. They play fast, going down the door, going up and down that neck to the crowd out that boom. Playing fast ain't everything. If you can't play slow, lay down like the king. Oh, I've seen the king play the guitar neck like they were making love. He'd go up and down the body like they were having enough. Then he'd bend the string, he would make us sing. Could nobody play that slow with soul like the king? Playing fast ain't everything. If you can't play slow like the king. 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 King.
Thanks so much. Gonna change guitars here. I say that more so I remember. It's a standard folk guitar, but electric. This is a song I wrote about 4 a.m. Came home from a gig, and usually I'm so overstimulated I can never go to sleep. So about 4 a.m. I wrote this song. It's called Consolation Man, and it's about a guy who loves a woman, and he's at her disposal, but she's got somebody else, and he's the guy that kind of fills in.
Late at night, you're all alone. You pick up the rope and you pick up the phone. You burn, baby, burn. But your man's not home. So I come running fast as I can. I'm your consolation man. Not the first, won't be the last. Don't ask about our future, don't talk about your past. We burn, baby, burn. Cross your bedroom eyes. I come running fast as I can. I'm your consolation man. I come running I'm your consolation man. Sometimes I worry, I'm not your first choice. Then the phone rings, and I hear your voice, and I burn, baby, burn down that telephone line. I come running fast as I can. I'm your consolation man. I come running fast as I can. I'm your consolation man. I come running, know that I am. I'm your consolation man.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Probably do something a little less dramatic.
There you go.
All right. This is a song written in 1965 by Howlin' Wolf. And I believe he would be rolling over in his grave if he heard a version that I do of this song called Killin' Floor. I don't know if everybody knows it, but Killin' Floor is like, I should have left you, baby, a long time ago. I should have left you, baby, a long time ago. Well, this is nothing like that. I should've gone, no. When my friend said, come to Mexico. I should've left, no. When my friend said, come to Mexico, baby. I wouldn't be now, mama, down on this killing floor. I should've listened, baby, my second mind. I should've listened, baby, my second mind. I wouldn't be now, mama, down on this killing floor. I should've quit you, baby, a long time ago. I should've quit you, baby, a long time ago. I wouldn't be now, baby, down on this killing floor. impress you a little bit. Can you flow? Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
All right. Can I come over, or you want me to stay right here?
No, you can come here if you want.
Okay.
So, that was a surprise. While he's, come on. While he's getting himself over here, let's just say hi, y'all. And this is the weekend that we are getting ready for the Hygienic Art Winter Festival. Hygienic Art, I think it's 37 this year, or 38. 38. Hygienic Art 38 this year, and you'll be turning in your artwork this coming weekend. So get it ready and get out and enjoy all the festivities that go with the Hygienic Art Show. It's a wonderful 2 weeks of art, music, and generally community in general. So make sure you check that out, and you can go to thehygienic.org to find out more about that. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review.
I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad to have you. Nice jacket.
Thank you. Thank
Tom,
you.
the suit.
I didn't wear my suit pants today. I figured it was raining, but...
You didn't wear your red sneakers either.
No, I didn't. No.
Sometimes you got your red sneakers on, and sometimes you got a different, you always have a different jacket.
I definitely do.
Is it a hobby?
It's not a hobby, but you know what's sad? I looked into my wife's closet the other day, and then I looked into mine, and mine looks a lot more feminine. So, yeah.
Your closet looks more feminine,
Yeah,
or
I got
just
pink
fuller?
jackets in there. I got paisley jackets in
Yeah,
there.
but
I mean,
that's
just
because you're the suit.
one jacket after another. Yeah. Actually, I have underwear that match.
No. We're good. We're good.
All right.
You can do anything you want on Grandma's Attic, but I don't need to. I don't need to see.
I heard this
your-
was kind of a loose show, but okay.
loose, but
Okay.
we don't. We try to keep it family friendly
Well,
to an
never mind.
extent.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to use a little language, that's one thing, but we try to keep our clothes on. I
Okay.
have never yet taken my clothes off on this show.
Well,
And yet being the operative word.
I know.
my
I
crew-
thought that too.
My crew says yet, but that's that. So we're here to talk about exciting things. First, there was when I first met you, you were doing a little band called Suit Tie Thirsty.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about that. Where is everybody now?
Well, it's interesting because they are all doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all doing solo albums. Tyree Pope is doing a very highly political kind of rap spoken soul album. Very
I think
cool.
I saw something about that on Facebook.
Yeah, you did. And Thirsty is starting, and I'm going to be helping him with it, his own album, which will be kind of a very R&B. You remember his voice. It's really
Yeah.
deep and kind of sexy. You know, like
Deep and sexy.
like mine.
Yeah, yeah.
Like mine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he's doing that, but the three of us, Suit Tie Thirsty, still play, but we mainly play in the city.
New
We have
York.
yeah, what's that?
New York City.
In New York City. Yeah.
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 The city could be Hartford
Oh,
or
for me,
New
it's
Haven.
for me, it's New York. But yeah, we play a lot in Harlem, in that area.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we have a gig coming up. I've forgotten the date, but a gig coming up at the Shrine.
The
which is
Shrine,
a-
that's
a
the old
big-
theater.
Yeah, big
The
place.
Shrine
so
Theater.
that's
I
great.
remember the Shrine Theater. It used to be a kind of a punky place to go back in the day.
It's cool. It's a cool place. They always have a big audience.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll be there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
And this is what we really want to talk about. Can we focus in on this right here? Where do you want me to put it? Where do you want me? Is that good? Can you come in on that?
Perfect.
Tom, the suit Forst on fire. Your hair, dude.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I know, it hurt very much. The first take wasn't so bad, but the second take really was smarting.
So what? This is a good one. Is
It does,
Yeah.
You can't see it, but it doesn't have an album in it. I don't know
he handed
why.
me an empty case. I don't know.
I
where
used
that-
it for a coaster somewhere.
or threw it at someone in the audience
Yeah.
just to get their attention. What's different about this than other albums you've put out recently?
Yeah, that's a great question. The very first thing is that I've put out 3 or 4 albums. I've always self-produced them.
Right.
I've always produced them in my studio.
Yep.
So it was out of my mind, it was in my ears, it was that kind of thing. This time, I went and hooked up with Paul Nelson,
Yep.
who you know.
Yeah, but some people out there don't know who Paul Nelson is.
Right.
For those of you that don't know.
Yeah, if you know Johnny Winter, famous, iconic blues guitar player and singer and writer. Paul was his guitar player.
For many,
So he
many
was like the
years.
second guitar player for many years, right up until Johnny died.
Right.
Paul was also the guy that managed the road tour.
Yep.
But he was also his producer, his
Right.
record producer.
He also put out recently a video. He put out a movie.
Right.
I don't know if he called it The Last Days or something, but it was
I've
on the
forgotten,
road
but I've
on the
seen
road
it.
with Johnny or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And it was pretty good. I have it at the house. It's pretty good.
He's also doing a tribute on the road. He tours a lot.
Yep.
He's doing a tribute on the road. But the big thing about him is that he was a Grammy winner for his production,
Yep.
for his producing of Johnny Winter.
Yep.
So I thought, what better guy to get to do me? You know, my album's a cross between a Joe Bonamassa album, like a blues, like a rock blues album, and kind of like a Joe Walsh album,
Yep.
more on the rock side. So,
It's very rocky.
yeah.
It's very not rocky in a bad way, but it's very rock and roll. It's very rock and roll.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. There's a real underlying touch of blues in there, but it kicks some serious rock and roll butt.
Yeah, I tried to make it, my last albums were very bluesy.
Very much
real
so.
minor bluesy.
Yep.
This one is more electric. In fact, I used Johnny Winter's amp on about 4 of the cuts.
Nice.
Paul insisted on turning it up to 10, and I was dying because it was in the same room, and it was the loudest thing I'd ever heard. But it came up really good because
sounds
it's pure.
great.
Yeah.
So where can people find this album? Because it's everywhere. It is everywhere. It dropped back at, wait a minute, I think you dropped at the beginning of January.
I dropped it early, yeah. I dropped it at the beginning of the year, that's right.
Yep.
But I only dropped the album.
Right.
I didn't put it on iTunes or Amazon or I guess this Apple thing. That
Until this past weekend.
till the 14th. The 14th I dropped it digitally
Yep.
on all of those places.
Everywhere, worldwide. You can get it anywhere now.
That's right. That's right.
Anywhere.
I saw a guy in the street trying to sell it, so yeah. Down in New London. Actually, though, the only place you can get this album, the physical album, delivered
Yep.
to your house, is on my website for right now. And I'm going to do that, keep that for a while. And my website is www.tomthesuitforst.com, and it's Forst.
Only
You got it
it's
up there.
Tom the Suit Forst, only it's not in parentheses on the website.
You got it. That's exactly
It's
right.
just Tom the Suit Forst, all in letters, right across www.tomthesuitforst, right across, straight across.com.
Right.
And you can find On Fire there. There's some really cool cuts on this album.
Thank you.
I think, well, you did Killing Floor.
Right.
I want to talk a little bit about Women of the World.
Good.
Because that song is definitely different. And
You
tell
caught
us,
that. It
yeah,
really is
tell
different,
us,
huh?
Tell us a lot about it.
Yeah,
Tell us why you did it and who's on it.
Yeah, you know what, and it's funny because if I was producing it, I would say that song has to go because that song doesn't fit with the genre of the album generally. But what happened was, and it really is kind of a long story, but I'll make it brief. Gary Yule, the person that I had mentioned, who is my lyricist, brought this to me. And he said, look, he said, I'm so upset with what's going on in the world. And he wasn't talking politics, he was just talking generally.
Yep.
And he was saying, isn't it time that we, get men out of the leadership roles and let somebody with a different perspective, thought process, take over? And there have been some amazing female leaders in the world.
Yeah, they have.
And history is full of them. So he said, let's write a song about what happens if the women take over the world. And they're our leaders. And we're not talking, by the way, just to be clear, we're not talking about Clinton in specific or anything like that. We're just talking about the sensibility that women have. They seem like clearer thought processes generally. My wife told me all of this.
She did.
Yeah, because she said.
Well, I tend to.
She didn't say it that way. She said you have no thought process at all, which is meaning me, but that's another story. But I also think there's no ego. There's not as much ego involved with women. I think that they look at the problem, and they tend to work on that problem rather than mine's bigger than yours, and I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
I think once you give birth.
What's that?
Once you give birth, the whole ego thing goes away because you realize there's something much bigger than you, and you're not it.
Well, I wouldn't know, but
I
guess that's probably true. And I'm not joking around. I have the most respect for women. I'd rather talk with women anytime. I'd rather learn from women. I always seem to learn more. If nothing else, how stupid I am.
Well, I don't think that you're stupid, but I do think that women have a thing. So who is on this song with you?
Well, actually, I'll tell you, I had a bunch of female vocalists come in. Mm-hmm. And I don't know them all that well, to be honest. Mm-hmm. We auditioned a bunch of female vocalists and had a bunch of them come in and sing. Mm-hmm. They came in at different times in the studios. The album is really live, except for those kinds of things, bringing in extra vocalists. But if you look on the album, and I won't tell you who they are, but they're both famous. There is a female that did all the mixing on that song, the only song on the album that's done that way. And then there is a very famous female who has a company in New York City who did all the mixing, the mastering on the final. I at least wanted some female kind of touching the art of it.
Right.
I almost got to a point, if it wasn't called Thomas Sue Forst, I might have even brought in a female lead vocalist. But we decided not to do that. I'm following that one up as a single, and I have
Women of the World.
Women of the World.
As it should be.
It is. It needs to be by itself. And
it stands by itself on the album.
That's what I was saying. That's why, in a way, it didn't fit, but in a way, it's perfect.
Well, it fits into the album, but it definitely stands out and stands on it. So it did to me. I didn't need to be told to look at it.
Yeah, it sounds like you didn't. That's great.
The other song that stood out for me was Still on the Run. Mm-hmm. So you want to talk a little bit about that song, maybe?
Yeah, and by the way, I just want to show you this. I always get people calling me and saying, I thought there was a lyric book. Well, it is, and it's in here. Just anybody wants to see it. But Still on the Run, if you listen to it on the surface, it's about somebody in a bar.
Yep.
And somebody comes in, and they found this person that's been on the run, and there's a gun in his face, and looks like it's his last days. It's almost like an old saloon thing in an old cowboy movie. But if you bring it down a surface and you start to look below that surface, you start to realize, no, it's really about a relationship, about a person who wants to get out of a relationship, they think, and somebody else is pressing them to be in this relationship. Mm-hmm. And there's this ambivalence about, should I be in it or not? But at the end of the day, I think I really want to just be free. Mm-hmm. I want to be on the run. And that's kind of what the song is about. Not from personal experience.
No, because you've been happily married for 20 some odd years. And
married for 41, yeah.
There you go.
I'll be sorry about that joke later on, folks.
Well, you've been using that joke forever and ever and ever.
Well, you're not supposed to tell everybody that. Damn it. I know I have.
You have. Since
it's crucial to change your audience, not your jokes. That's the way I look at it.
Okay, well, we'll see it. Now, you use two different instruments. what made you bring the dobro into your playing? Why do you play that instrument? It's different from what other people in your genre of music do.
Absolutely.
And
that's why. That's one reason. You can either be, you can follow everybody, or you can try to stand out. And I actually feel and I don't know why, I don't want to get philosophical, but I feel like an old soul. I kind of like that old sound. I'm really interested in the Civil War and that period. I own a home that 1837, where one of the soldiers of the Civil War actually lived. And it just captures my imagination. So when we started to write that song, Going Home, interesting, because I'm a real dark writer, and Gary was a real, everything is great, that kind of guy. And I always was like, you're going to die with a fork in your head, that kind of thing. And I wrote the song called It Going Down. You're going down. Like you're going in the dirt, is basically it. And he said, no, you can't do that. And Paul was up at arms. He said, you can't do that. That's just too dark. And then Gary said, well, let's say Going Home. And it changed the whole song. It
changes the whole feeling to the song. Let's talk a little bit about your past. Where did you start? When did you actually start playing music?
I was 8 years old in Willimantic.
Nice.
At the Willimantic, I think it was Willimantic Guitar Studio on Bridge Street, which no longer exists. It's where the frog is.
It's where the frogs live now.
Big old frog, yeah.
Sitting on the sewing the spool of threads.
That's right.
Frogs on spools. Yeah, that's.
Man, you want to think you went off the side, or you're going to see a Twilight Zone show. That's that frog right there.
Isn't that crazy? So you started there, and then you met your wife and ended up in the corporate world.
Right. Yeah, that's why they call me the suit for a couple of reasons. The reason I wear suits is because they call me the suit.
Right.
But they call me the suit because I may be the only blues guitar player you ever met that actually has an MBA. I could be wrong, but I was in the corporate world for 25 years. I was a vice president for a pretty large corporation.
And you were there so that you could get your kids through school. You have 3 beautiful children, all that have achieved.
Two beautiful. One is pretty, quite, sketchy.
Okay, you have 3 children, all of whom have proven to be great offspring.
Great. They're all great.
They're all great offspring.
Yeah.
No matter what you say about them, they've achieved some greatness.
The boy is sketchy.
Yeah, and I'll let him deal with you on that when he sees you.
My son, by the way, is completely bald.
On purpose?
No, he's completely bald. He was bald at, 21, completely bald. I know. If you put 3 holes on him, you could send him down an alley.
The poor boy. Yeah. So what made you... Literally, you
stuck you there for a second, didn't I?
I just can't put down your kids. I can't. So whatever.
You haven't met my children. That's why.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I still love them.
Okay.
Because I know them through you.
Yeah.
Now, what made you leave the corporate world? You were there. You'd achieved some level of security. You were in a position of good standing in the corporate world. What made you leave all of that?
I swear this is a true story. My wife is sitting in the living room with a checkbook, and she looks up at me and she said, wow, we're paying our last 2 tuition payments, because 2 of our kids were in college the same 4 years.
Oh my gosh.
Private colleges, because they didn't get good enough grades to get into the good local schools. Anyway, so she said, we've paid off those. And I said, well, I'm going to quit. Just like that. That was our conversation. And she just looked up at me and she said, okay. That's all. That was our conversation. So
it was a spur of the moment decision, or had you been
It was
thinking?
A plan. Yeah, I have to say it was. The story's better if it was spur of the moment.
Yeah, it is.
But it was, the day I graduated college, I went on the road with
with a band, a touring band.
Yep.
And I did that for years, and then I came back and became a school teacher, and then got in the corporate world. So it was always a plan to do it again once my responsibilities were fulfilled, and they were just to get the kids through college.
That was your only responsibilities,
Yeah, I mean,
was to get the kids through college.
it was my last responsibility, and make sure that they were debt free.
So now you are in your second childhood, your second teenagehood,
Right.
out touring and living the musical. Do you feel like you're living the musical dream?
You know, be careful what you wish for. You know, sometimes. Yeah, some days is great, and some days you've seen my schedule. It's just, it's so wacky. You know, it's
Well,
it's
you're the
everywhere.
top self promoter I know. I don't know anybody that can sell themselves more than you do.
Is that a good thing?
I couldn't do for you what you do for you.
Oh, thanks.
That
I guess.
that is as simple as it gets. I could not promote you as well as you promote you, and that just speaks.
I'm a selfish
volumes.
self-promoter is what you're...
It's a good thing. It's a
Yeah.
good thing. We like what you do.
It's crucial. There's no reason to play if nobody knows you're playing.
So, is this what you're going to do for ever?
It is, but I want something more, a little more.
What is it you think you should be doing more?
I want something, not that this is not important, but I want something more important to happen. So, you know, let's say I got 25 years to live. I got about 3 months before, you know, I have Alzheimer's, but
Okay.
I feel that
I
coming.
think you're well on
That's
your way to
coming like
that
a
myself.
freight train. I can feel that now. But
Yep.
I want to tie this to either something that helps people generally,
Yep.
or you know, like a nonprofit. Like my plan this year is to start giving a percentage of my profits to somebody. So I'm looking around. I'm looking at primarily education for young people, that kind of deal.
Nice.
And it's not just because I'm a nice guy, although I think I am.
Like I said,
Yeah.
he's a self-promoter.
Yeah. I think I'm a saint, quite frankly.
Yeah, I can see the horns.
Yeah, nice. Well, you have been talking to my wife. In any case, I'm looking around. I want to do something like that. And I'm doing things like this. You know, I'm kind of
These are
using the
cool.
music
These
deal.
are cool. I don't know if you can get these, but I'm going to go through all three of them. Make America Great Full again. And these other two are more about driving.
Yeah.
Use your signal for life in the fast lane. That means actually use your signal and drive right.
Please.
And the last one is back off so we can rock on. That means don't drive on my butt.
Yeah.
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 So they're cool bumper stickers.
Those two were out of frustration, I have to say. But I thought, you know, maybe people would really like those. And this one, it's you know, I was talking about it with some folks in the studio, and I was saying, although it sounds political, it's more of an idea in my mind that when I heard "Make America Great Again," I wasn't thinking about who said it. I was just thinking, wait a minute, I kind of think it's great still.
It is great.
And just with the fact that I can say America sucks shows how great America is.
Exactly.
Because you can't do that everywhere.
In other countries.
Right. So
Not without repercussions, that's for sure.
Yeah, and is it really that? I know it's bad for some people, and I'm living a charmed life. I get that. But
I say that all the time, that I have a perfect, and I don't know how many people can say, I was talking to you earlier about this, I have a perfect life. It just doesn't get any better than that.
well, you have all the areas filled, the personal
But I
life.
had to do the
and-
work.
Yeah, you have to do
I had
the
to
work.
do the work to get there. It just doesn't happen.
Well, I will say this, and I'm just saying this to anybody who wants to reinvent themselves. It's not as easy as it sounds. You know, when my associates who, you know, there were 3 vice presidents in this corporation who had different parts of the country.
Yep.
They were driving Beamers and, you know, Lexus, and I was driving a Ford Escort.
See,
I mean, I don't know if you can get that, but to me it was more about I got to get the freedom, get out, do what I want to do.
Yeah.
So it was a plan. But I've always, no matter what happens to me, I still feel grateful that I'm here I'm doing my thing, you know. So that's why that's
Doing
that's there.
music.
Yeah, or just
I think-
living, just breathing. I'm
Yep.
pretty happy about that.
Being able to be content in what we do and
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you have to
that's a
make
wonderful
yourself content. There are people who are doing some great things, but they're not happy or content.
because they don't try to be. They
Yeah.
don't give themselves that, get up in the morning and say, I have a great life, I have a great day, and it's going to be a good day.
That's it.
So as we come to the end of our interview time, I just want to remind everybody that this is Tom the Suit Forst. This is On Fire. You can find it at www.tomthesuitforst.com.
Right.
You can also find him at any shows that he does.
I bring them
anywhere.
with me.
He brings them
I bring
everywhere.
them in bed. I mean, you know, it's a lumpy, but well worth it.
I'm pretty sure his wife doesn't want you finding him and his CDs in bed with him. But they're great. They're also up on Amazon, CD Baby. Where else are they? iTunes.
The Apple? I mean, I don't even know
Apple.
what that is, but I guess it's Apple and everywhere else on the planet.
Anything that's digital that you download music from,
Yeah.
here it is.
Right.
And it's a great album. We've talked only about 3 of the songs. There's 11 cuts on it. They're all good cuts. I enjoy all of it. And he's going to take us out with the song. Thank you so much for coming to Grandma's
Sure.
Attic. Now that you've moved to the area, I expect to see a lot more of you.
Yeah, I do. I live in the area. By the way, I'm at Foxwoods every couple of months, so
Nice.
yeah.
Pay attention to his website. And while he's going, I just want to remind you all that it's the winter months. It's cold out. Check on your neighbors. We have neighbors that have children. You have elderly neighbors. Check on them, make sure they have food in their fridge and that their heat is on. Keep your neighbors warm. Shovel their walkways if you're young and able. If you're not able to do that, ask your neighbor to help you. Please reach out to each other. Community is what it's all about. We're going to let Tom take us out with the song. Until next week, everybody. God bless. Have a great week. Till next week. Bye-bye.
You guys want fast or slow? Fast. That's it. That was pretty fast. I think that's fast.
1 for money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, man, go. Don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. You can knock me down, step on my face, spell my name all over the place. Do anything that you wanna do. Oh, lay off my shoes. Yeah, don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. Yeah, blue suede shoes. Blue suede shoes. Blue suede shoes. Blue suede shoes. You can do anything, lay off of my blue suede shoes. On to Kansas City, how come? Going to Kansas City, how come? They got some crazy little women and I'm gonna get me one. Hey, I might take a train, I might take a plane. If I have to get there, get